Hey friends, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. It's a new year, but the boys are left with the same struggles that kept them tossing and turning all night last year. Let's hope this new episode not only brings them hope, but also the world. Nick and Dave had a great Christmas pretending to be Santa for the kids. We are sorry to leave you without your favorite podcast for a few weeks, but sometimes it is best to prioritize the family. We hope you did the same. Enjoy the program.
What are you doing?
Well, by the time this episode goes out, the podcast will be under a new name.
Yeah.
We're doing it to for some tax reasons, evade the audit. So
They're on us.
Yeah.
They're on our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Little rebrand action happening.
But we're gonna call it Nick and Dave Save the World, because that's really what we're trying to do here, is bring hope to the people, give them a new way of looking at things.
And we got the means to do it. We got the stories for y'all. We're gonna get into some deep shit today. You know, Dave and I talked a little bit about the plan of action today beforehand, and I think there's some good stuff that needs to be addressed, frankly, and you need to hear our perspective on it.
Yeah, I was just watching some of the news before we came on here to record, and they were talking about this guy in Texas where I think so it was like a 16-year-old girl was just out walking the dog during the day on Christmas, and broad daylight in like a regular suburban neighborhood, you know, and some lunatic pulled up with a knife and
What the hell?
and kidnapped her, like forced her to get in the car or something at knife point. And so then this girl's parents are at home, and they're wondering, man, like she's been gone for a long time. So they check. They had that thing on the iPhone where you could see the location. Like if
Yeah.
you share, I know me and Lauren do it, just for that the emergency purpose. Like if someone's just running to the store and then
Yeah, Emily and I have it for it's Life 360 is what we use, but it's it's the same concept.
It's called Life 360.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just like an app that like it shows, you know, basically where your phone is.
Location of the phone.
Yeah.
He saved her, you know. She was like, there was like a scuffle going on. This creep was, you know, I think they said they caught him like, or he was partially unclothed, like, you know, he was just about to try to do something, and this guy went and saved his daughter based on having the location. And me and Lauren were talking about this stuff not too long ago, where now the girls are just about to the point where they were just running around in Target the other day, and we both like, it's so new to us. They weren't before. They were always like attached to us, you know, either being carried or they sit in the car. But you know, this day we let them out of the car. And with twins, we were talking about, it's like, this is so hectic. Like, we need to make sure we got them, you know, tracked somehow. But I was wondering if you guys did anything like that, because obviously the kids being too young for any kind of cell phone. But like, Lauren saw something on TikTok, I think, where a mom slid like those Apple AirTags underneath the soles of their shoe.
Yeah.
Or took out like the base insert and did something like that. So the AirTags are pretty cool because, you know, people use them for luggage and stuff, and you can just look on your phone and see exactly where that thing is at.
No, it's smart. I mean, for Jackson growing up, no, I mean, most of the time, all the time, either myself or Emily were with him. So it was like,
they should never,
if something happened, like, and she was with the kid, she could text me and vice versa. And, but it's always like, it's like life, dude. Like, it turns into that fine line of like, you know, when he started walking and wanted to explore, like, it's just like, we just like let him kind of do it in the grocery store and shit. And, you know, Emily had a good thing she brought up to me the other day where like he was in Walmart playing around and there was like an open shelf, and he had kind of like tucked himself in there and was like joking around with it, but Emily like spun around and like he wasn't there and was like, oh shit, but then like came up and like, saw that he had like tucked himself into this. And so she had the conversation with him basically of like, you want you to run around, but you have to be safe because you never know if somebody's potentially going to try to snatch you up, in better terms than I'm explaining it now. She talked to him about it, but it's like, it's tough, dude. Like the AirPod thing's a great idea. We didn't do that with Jackson, but I wouldn't be opposed to something like that. The main thing I'm opposed to is the fucking like the leash shit that I see people do with their kids. I'm like, dude, it's just like, you cannot, to me, you cannot do that to a child because like you're already like, you know what I mean? You're training them like a dog, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you have to allow the freedom, but like instill the consequences or like the potential dangers of the freedom, which as you get older, like you're not going to get, as a guy, you're not going to get kidnapped, but it's like you're probably going to get yourself into some stupid scenarios. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like the earlier you explain that, like you can do what you want, but you need to be safe and smart about it. I think the earlier he understands that concept, maybe the better it is for him. Now with Aurora, I don't know, dude. It's going to be a different story because I'm liable to, choke someone to death in the Walmart if something goes wrong. She's just a little girl. But with a boy, it's different. You kind of just like, pat him on the back and go get him. But also like, he's still a little kid. You got to keep an eye on him. But it's like, you got to give him that self-confidence as a guy to just, you know what I mean, to kind of handle situations on his own.
Yeah.
Aurora's not to that stage yet, so I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but I can imagine I'm going to be fucking a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not opposed to the fuck. I'm going to go buy an AirPod probably after this.
An AirTag.
Oh yeah,
an AirPod, you'll just listen to something. But yeah, dude, it's I could tell how stressful things are. I've only just begun. Having those twins out on foot in the Target, dude. My blood pressure was through the roof. Grabbing all the toys, and then they would just go sprinting out in front of carts and stuff.
Yeah, there's thousands of people. It's hard, dude. It's so difficult.
I started taking every book off the shelf.
Yeah. It's tough, dude.
Lauren was with one baby. I was with the other one. Just took off different directions. Yeah. I'm going to need to really look into some ways to de-stress, maybe some meditation or something like that.
Dude, meditation is, it's something I dabbled with.
Are you a meditator?
I wanted to be. I never mastered it or never fucking really, I think, gave it enough probably focus that it needed to be helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that sounds like something that would be helpful. And then I'd go do it for 20, 30 minutes and I would kind of see the benefits of it, but it's
hard.
It's hard. Still. Yeah. And I'm someone too, I think inherently that like my mind races a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But like, especially when you're trying to meditate, like I got deep into it for a while and it was like, you need to clear your mind. But then like, I'm the type of person, dude, where I'm like, I need to clear my mind. And then I start thinking about like, I'm not clearing my mind. You know what I mean? So it just failed.
I guess that's the purpose of it though, is I'm curious to try. I might start looking into it because that's the purpose would be to bring those racing thoughts back down. But
you're going to reach nirvana. You're going to be sitting there floating next time we're talking on the podcast.
I have some new insights for you. But another great thing, dude, is the sauna. I was at the sauna today at the gym after a workout.
Yeah.
And I feel sharper than ever.
You don't sound it.
Well, now I'm just tired at this time of night. I'm just sleepy, dude. But
Emily sent me a picture, dude. Costco's got because that's the one issue with the home gym is all I have is weights. you know, so I just listen to music and lift weights.
Yeah.
But, which is good, you know, I like it, but
Yeah.
I miss those things, like specifically the sauna. And Emily sent me a picture of Costco has like it was like $200 or something, but it was like in-house sauna with like a little steamer that goes into it. And I'm
Like those pods. I've seen some of those
Oh.
Podrix available.
it was like an actual, I mean, it wasn't like an actual wooden or any, but it was like a cloth type thing, but it was like a
Yeah.
stand up with a zipper sauna. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know, part of me wants to get it.
You can zip yourself in that thing, start doing some high knees.
Yeah. But a part of me is like, I just feel like it's never going to get to the temperature. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm so
can't get
skeptical.
that.
I feel like if I were to ever get one at home, I would need a lot more. I'd need to be making a lot more money because I'd want to buy like a
True
nice
sauna.
Yeah, like I feel like you're right. It can't like even the one at the gym. I feel like has a draft like going in there.
Yeah.
Like it is hard to make a really nice sauna, and I would be skeptical. You know, spending like a few grand, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, then it sucks.
Yeah,
You're just like, what have I done?
yeah. You just go in there and give yourself a fever. You're not even sweating. You're just like slightly hot.
Yeah. Like, all right.
I don't know. They gotta work all right though. But dude, another thing I saw, they're putting AI in the toys now.
And the toys.
Yeah, like you know how so the girls have these toys, you squeeze the hand and it has the whole, you know, the whole line of things it'll say, but then they take it to the next level where you can like with the leapfrog toys, you can like go online and put in your kid's name and then it sends it to the animal, the stuffed bear or whatever, so it'll say like your kid's name or whatever. But now they've taken it a step further. They're putting ChatGPT in these stuffed animals. So the kids are sitting there. They had it they're talking about this one kid. It learned how to light a match, or he learned how to light a match, just like this little toddler talked to the AI, asked it what to do, and the teddy bear reported back, you know, exactly how to strike. This is how you strike it and light it. So then the parents walk in, the kid's standing there with a burning match, you know, like a 2-year-old, and
Holy shit.
he just points at the bear. The bear told me what to do.
Dude, out of all the
Isn't
things
that
sound like
interesting?
yeah, it is. But out of all the things that sound like a terrible idea,
You
it's
gotta check these toys you're bringing in the house. There might be a little train set that's like
yeah,
kids talking
Thomas
to
the
it.
Train, fucking learning how to fucking teach my kids jihad. The thing is like if you're gonna put AI in a child's toy, at what point like is there moderation on it, or like
I don't know, dude.
like
It's
ChatGPT, you
Wild
could
West
fucking
right
take
now.
that thing down a rabbit hole, like
Yeah, well,
especially if it's voice activated. Like kids are liable to say crazy shit or ask it crazy shit, especially if it's going to give them responses.
They market it as like your personal friend. It'll learn about your kid and be able to help like calm them down or comfort them.
No, dude, I'd be throwing that fucking toy into the fire.
Yeah, dude, it's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, dude, because it's like, you know, I just think of my son, like sometimes he just says off the wall shit. And if he just had like a toy that was going to rebound that off of him,
right,
it'd be a problem.
Teach him.
Yeah. Because the toy, like, I, as his father, have his best interest in mind, right? Like, there's certain shit I'll like joke around with him about, or like, you know, he says a bad word or something. It's not the end of the world, and we laugh about it. But like a toy doesn't have any of those thoughts, right?
Yeah.
It's going to give you the straight answer every time. And sometimes kids don't need the straight answer. So, you know what I mean? Like, if Jackson were to come up to me and say, how do I light a match? I'd be like, why the hell do you want to light a match? You know what I mean? The toy will be like, well, here's how you do it. Go and find yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And it doesn't emulate friendship too. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what people are turning to. You know, they're gonna there was another product I saw that was like it's like a necklace with a little AI friend in there, and you're supposed to talk, like click the button and talk to it all day. And I'm thinking, who the hell is going to do this? But there are people that are all about it. You know, there's people going to a midnight release for a new AI friend.
That's crazy.
The world we live in.
To me, the issue with that is that thing is going to tell you what you want to hear all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to fucking, you say to it,
it's not going to tell you to get your life together.
Yeah. Tell me I'm the, fucking coolest person ever. Or if I was to tell you to tell me that, you'd call me a fucking idiot and tell me, you know what I mean? Like, people need that as friends to be like, hold on, like, maybe people, you're not all, like, you shouldn't have a device that's going to tell you everything you want to hear all the time, because then it's just going to self-ego yourself. Like, the main thing about friends is, like, you could talk a little bit of shit, you get humbled every now and again. Yes, you get supported, but it's like in a healthy way, not in just like, if you called me up and were like, I'm going to give you my honest opinion about something, I'm not just going to agree with you on everything you tell me. And I think that if all the technology starts to go that way, so many people are going to get this like false sense of, you know what I mean? It's like not a true social interaction.
Yeah. It might become good enough.
True.
People are already leaning into it, that because of that reason, because it's going to kind of always encourage you or make things seem not so bad. Like, at that point, it just wants, you're keeping it alive by talking to it. So it's going to want to keep talking to you. It's like the science behind social media, trying to keep you on there as long as it can. Like, that's what the AI is going to become.
I think the social media, that shit was the start of all of this. It's just the start of the end.
Well, you saw what Australia is doing with this?
I heard about that. Yeah, they banned it for all the like teenagers and all the kids. Well, it's under 16, right?
Yeah, once you're 16 years old, you can make a Instagram or whatever, TikTok.
Dude, I'll tell you this.
Of course, there's going to be loopholes.
Oh, yeah, they got VPNs and shit. I mean, if there's any tech-savvy kids, which most of them are nowadays, they're going to get around it.
Right. I mean, look at alcohol. That's the easiest example of, like, it's supposed to be so safeguarded from minors, and it's like everybody was drinking in high school, and I feel like the social media thing, like, for those kids that seek it out, like, they're going to be able to get on there and make accounts. And how hard is it to just put a different birthday in there? I don't know how much.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like you got to submit a fucking ID. But here's my thoughts on it is, yes, it probably will fail. I've never been I have no social media. Zero. The only social media I've ever had recently was for our channels and shit like that. But in terms of a personal social media, I haven't had one in years, probably 8 years. And what I think is a good thing about that, because I think it's bad. I really do. I do. Yeah. I think that there's two parts to it. Like, all of the world's going to use it. So it's tough, like, to gatekeep it. But I think if everybody said, all right, you probably need to be grown to use this, even though people would bypass it, I think it would just send a message to the broader world that there is risks with it. Or I think right now there's no message. Like, there's a reason you shouldn't start drinking until you're 21. There's because you should probably be more mature to handle it, or you're going to do something stupid. And yes, people bypass it all the time, but you kind of understand that growing up, because you're like, I haven't been able to do this thing. You know what I mean?
Well, right. It definitely, when I say like everyone drank in high school, it's that's false. That law being in place does deter so many people from accessing it, or even just having an interest in it.
Yeah. And so I think that it's smart to, if nothing else, it's sending a message like there are risks involved with this for your mental well-being, your social well-being. Will people do it? Yes. Do I think it's going to be something that's broader than Australia? Probably not. And I think if it's not broader than Australia, it's doomed to fail because people already have had access. You can ban social media, but YouTube, you're going to look at YouTube and see that all these other people have these things. And all it's going to do is piss other people off because you're like, why is this country the only country that's doing this? You know what I mean? So it's like, it almost feels more like
here it's
like a dictatorship thing. What are you saying?
I said here it's like celebrated. You ever see that? We watched a documentary. I think it was on Netflix about like the kidfluencers.
Yeah,
it's a lot of them is their parents running their accounts and force them to make videos. Like, it was sick, dude. It was
I saw that. That shit was crazy.
There's like 13-year-old kids, and they're like, all right, now in this video, like, you're going to pretend you have a crush and you might kiss. It's like this 45-year-old woman coordinating these TikTok videos of teenagers. It's a sick world, dude. These people, but the thing is, they start making so much money from these accounts, and other parents would like join in and be like, oh, I'll let my kid go move into that house and make videos. And dude, it was, I couldn't believe it. Like, I
know
we talked about that, where different people's realities of like, and they could all live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. It's I think it's a bold move by Australia. I think that their head's in the right place. It's one of those things I think it's destined to fail because unless everybody's on board with it, you're right. Like in America, dude, it's just like
they lose so much money.
Yeah, and people grow
cut
up
off all those kids.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we probably won't. I don't know. I mean,
there was a push I felt like in America for a little bit to like stop some of the social media. But they make so much money. I think it's impossible. But I just don't know, man. Like, I think it's a thing now. And like when my kids come of age, I think I'll talk to them and like warn them of the detriments of it, but I won't stop them. But would I prefer a world that does not have this? Yes, because I think it does a lot to like ruin kids' mental health and like give them a false sense of what a social interaction is. A lot of the stuff on social media is just like, look at me, look what I got going on. Even though you might be a miserable fuck, you're going to post your most successful achievement.
Yeah.
And people are going to think you're the happiest person there is. And I just think that all it does is just like feed into a bad mindset. And then if you just think about all the crazy shit you can see on there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like people are just watching that shit. So I don't know. My views have always been like, I'm sure at some point I'm not looking forward to the day that I cross that bridge that my kids want to get on it. But I do wish that more countries did what Australia did and would just be like, I don't know how they presented it. Did they like have a press conference or something and say this is bad, or were they just like,
I don't know the details. I can look into it some more, but I'm assuming they had a bunch of like mental health professionals come forward and talk about all that shit that's happening, because it is it's just awful what's happening with some of these kids and then it's becoming such an easy way to parent. You know, people aren't checking on a 12-year-old kid that's in their room all day scrolling on Instagram. Like, what does that do to your brain?
Exactly.
It disfigures it. And like, and then, people, it's leading to the mental health crisis. All these kids with anxiety disorders and depression, and it's
like you're growing up and that's the majority of what you're knowing is that. Like, I think we were lucky in our age group to where it was kind of like for me, you know, I didn't get a phone until I was 16, a smartphone or a phone that can get on the internet. And when I did, like, I didn't give like I created a Facebook and shit later on, but like I didn't give a fuck about it. But like some of these kids, like they
live
grew up
by
and
it.
that's their world, right?
Yeah.
Like their likes and how many friends they have and how many followers or how many people like a picture of what they posted is like the most meaningful thing in their day.
Mm.
And it's a scary thought.
Yeah, I think we're losing a whole generation in some way. I mean, obviously people break out of it, but like if you just look at the pack of like how hooked everyone is just scrolling all day, and the thing is too, it's not even all the younger.
I was just about to say that.
It's not even all the young. It's people our age. It's people, senior citizens.
Yeah, my
Beyond their
parents got hooked on it, dude.
Yeah, that's all. They took over Facebook. It's like, I remember kind of when Facebook started becoming popular. It was like a couple years where it was like high school or like college age and high school age, and then all of a sudden, it just the floodgates opened. Now
Yeah.
I feel like it's mostly like it's got mostly like 40 and up. It's
Yeah.
taking over Facebook, and it's just this war zone. And I don't know what's the most probably like Instagram and stuff, because I'm,
Or
like
probably
you.
Twitter too for
Oh
younger
yeah,
generations. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
it's nuts, dude. I think we would be. I don't know. I think we would just be better off without it.
That's
It-
what I think, dude.
It's not good for people to be seeing it. And here's something I was going to talk to you about. There was this wild Sean Ryan episode not too long ago with this guy called Brian Montgomery, who's he's an ethical hacker.
Yeah.
Where he works. He's got some company, I guess.
Cybersecurity.
Well, yeah, but he specifically infiltrates like these like child like sex groups like on the dark web, like that distribute like videos and stuff. And it was a really dark episode, but I mean, like, on one hand it's good to hear that there's people out there that are like fighting this and tracking this stuff down. But he had an interesting thing that he said in there, that this idea of like when you give your kid access to the internet, you're not just giving your kid access to the world, but you're giving the world access to your kid. And
Yeah.
when with these messages, and he was breaking it all down with like Discord and these games like Roblox and even like Minecraft, something that seems so harmless, but people like that's where these predators will go, is where are the kids? They don't have to go to the park anymore. They can log into Roblox and they can talk to all these kids that are not being monitored. And he was talking about just like the dark turns it takes, where they start off, like, hey, we're a group of kids that go to therapy.
Yeah.
So then other kids that are sitting at home, that have been going to therapy, or, they want to join and be a part of something, but it's really a 45-year-old man on the other side of the keyboard. And it just that whole world gets so dark. And I don't want to, like you said, you got to give the kids a chance to fly a little bit, get out of the nest. But when you hear about all these things, it's like, it makes me just want to figure out how to be that much more secure. Like, you never would think about these kids' games being a dangerous place, but then with the way this guy put it, and he talked about all the people he's caught on there, I'm just like, geez, is anything safe? Like,
Yeah. I've heard a lot about the Roblox stuff, dude, and that stuff's worrying. You're right.
Yeah.
Like that is a big part of it, dude. Like it's almost, and I think that like I think about, I would like to give my kid freedom, but then how shitty would I feel if like that was the outcome, that some fucking weirdo was having this conversation,
right.
and I had the best intentions of like, sure, play a game and have fun, and you need some space, go do that. And that's what's happening on the other end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the toughest decision ever, where and I think too with the Roblox thing, that game has been around for a long fucking time. Like I remember when I was younger seeing stuff about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it turned into that. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's also, and that's the issue, I think, as technology gets a little bit more advanced and different things come out, is like, you might not know that this is the hub where this shit's going on until it's too late. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like when Roblox first came out and people were talking about it, none of it was this, but this is what it turned into. And it kind of turned into it in a major way before anybody turned out. Or before anybody found out. So it's like, it's tough, dude. I think that the best thing you can do is like, I give my kids freedom with a lot of different things. Like if they want to run around a little bit and I know where they are, sure. If like Jackson, he's older now, if he wants to go out into the front yard, but I live out in the country, then I just, I go let him go out into the front yard.
Right.
Oh, check in on him, but like let him know that he can kind of go do his own thing. I think the internet, especially with all the things going on, unfortunately is never going to be a place for younger kids where you can just say, go do what you want to do and I'll check in on you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think the real world is available for that, but I think that like until your kids are at least, late teens to where they understand and they can see through bullshit and kind of like protect themselves a little bit, I don't think the internet is a good spot for it. And that comes back to the whole social media thing with Australia. Like it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it just gives parents more ammunition to where it's like, because obviously right now it's easy. It's like, no, you can't drink because it's illegal. But
right,
trying to tell your 14-year-old daughter she can't have a social media account when everybody else in the class has one.
Yeah, you're just a bastard. You're
yeah,
like, why?
You're just the shitbag parent that doesn't want their kid to have fun. But if it's illegal, it's easier. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how the world plays out, brother. And raising these kids with everything going on, and I think we've talked in the past about the driving, how it's a possibility that by the time how Jackson's only got, it'll be like 10 more years or so, but for all the girls, that's like 15 more years. And so in 10 to 15 years, what's it going to look like for these kids learning how to drive?
They'll be learning how to fly.
I did see those things where
it's all those little fucking drone things.
Uber. I think it was Uber that it's like Uber Flight.
Yeah.
So a car would pick you up at your house, drive you to a little helipad somewhere. That thing flies you to Richmond or wherever. You land, and then you get another car to go to your hotel. Or because obviously, like the helicopter can't just go land at. Maybe they could have something like that in the future, though. If it's like a football stadium,
will, dude. If it gets big, they'll have a fucking helipad on the top or something.
Yeah, it's like you're going to a football game or something, and you can just fly directly to the
Uber pad,
the stadium or the parking lot.
Here, I'm gonna take a quick piss, and then we'll pick it back up.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
All right, I'm good. I had clicked off the screen for a second. So how's the health and wellness going? Have you been hitting the workouts down in the basement?
Yeah, it's been good. I got to get more consistent again.
The holidays knock you down. It did for me.
Yeah, they threw me off a good bit. So, my big thing was waking up early in the morning and getting that workout in, and then getting to work, and then there's so many things going on with the holidays. I was going to see family, and it got away from me a bit, but I'm gonna get back into it here shortly. I got my birthday fiasco coming up here this weekend, so I've been getting it in where I can. I still feel good. I've been my work's pretty physically demanding sometimes, not in terms of like physical labor all the time, but I do a lot of walking and like going from point A to point B. So it's definitely not like a stagnant job, but I could probably do a little bit better on getting back into the routine. So I'm looking forward to doing that and getting back in that role of things. It's been a lot of getting the house together and
Well, it's all right, brother. Sometimes it's good to take a rest, especially around the holidays.
Yeah.
And come back even stronger. My brother was here for a week visiting, and he plays a lot of pickleball, but he doesn't really like weightlifting and stuff. So I just did a lot of hanging out with him, watching Shark Tank and old Christmas movies.
Show. Dude, I loved it. I used to not like it, but Emily likes a lot the old Christmas, like the Hallmark movies. And sometimes she'll throw one on, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. And then like 5 minutes in, I'm locked into the movie.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we talked about earlier. It's hard to meditate for 15 minutes. It's hard for me to just sit down and watch a whole movie. It's always feeling like there's something more important or something that could be more fun.
Yes.
But I was outnumbered. Here, my brother and Lauren, they both were down to just sit back and watch movies, so it forced me to relax.
It's good sometimes. It's good to step back.
Of course, I'd still get up a lot and pace, just go, put something away, come back. It's hard to just sit there.
It is, unless it's a really, really good show or movie. But even then, too, sometimes like I do feel like I gotta like get up and do something in between. And
here's a show recommendation we've been watching. I think it's called Castle Rock on Netflix.
In the notes,
Castle Rock. So apparently, it's something that's like American Horror Story, where all the seasons are different. You don't have to watch them in order.
Okay.
That's what Lauren was telling me. So I started on season 2 with her, and it's pretty. It keeps you interested. It's about this woman that she's a schizophrenic, and
oh shit,
she goes around stealing all this medicine from hospitals. And then she starts going nuts. She like kills a guy, but then she doesn't know if she imagined it or not. Like it's like a thriller. It's a bit of a mind fuck with some of the twists and turns it takes, but it's good, dude.
It doesn't follow like. Does the season follow a path, or
the season does?
Oh, okay.
And so it's based on Stephen King helped produce it because it's based on one of the characters from his book, Misery. If you ever read it or heard of it, but the lady that she's a nurse, and she ties a guy to the bed and just starts breaking his kneecaps and stuff.
Jesus.
She's a lunatic. Well, she's a schizophrenic. And so this show is about her earlier in life, I guess. While she's going crazy and working as a nurse, she's trying to do all the right things.
Because it looks like, are they going to make more of it? Because it says it was 2018 to 2019, 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think it was just 2 and done. But
is it? I'll have to watch it.
But yeah, it's a mystery. It's good. But I haven't finished it yet, so hopefully it doesn't have a shitty ending. And then everyone in the comments is going to be like, "You made me watch that."
Yeah. The fuck was that? It's got good reviews online.
We'll see how it ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, dude. We've been looking for another show. We've been watching the Fallout show. That's really all we've kind of been hitting. But
yeah,
we're waiting on the new House of the Dragon and a couple different animes we've been watching. But
yeah, we gotta
see when the next House of the Dragon's gonna come out.
We gotta start the Fallout season 2.
It's good, dude. We did the same thing where we didn't. We watched the first episode kind of when it dropped.
Yeah.
But then we just watched the second episode the day before yesterday because we're trying to it's dropping every Wednesday now. And so I was like, well, let's just kind of wait till, we're not waiting as long in between episodes.
Then you could binge them.
Yeah. So we might give it a little bit longer and then watch the next couple in a row, but it's been good so far. Again, dude, it's shows like that, dude. When you get locked in, it's fucking fun. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
House of the Dragon says it doesn't. It says it was filmed from March to October in 2025, and the 4th season
There's
was
no release?
ordered in 2025. But when's it supposed to release?
I thought it was supposed to come out this summer.
June 2026.
Jeez. Just how a bunch of dragons fighting. Like, it's cool to watch. Like, as I'm gonna watch it. It's like if a new Star Wars movie comes out, of course you're gonna watch it. But
yeah,
I'm just worried they're gonna do other. They're probably gonna do other like spin-off shows and stuff like that. And which is fine, you know. But
yeah, they're just milking it. But I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right, brother. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we could wrap this one, dude. I know I'm tired. You're probably tired, but had a great workout today. Sauna. Like I said, my mind is fresh, but it's that time of the day to rest. That's one of the most important things as we go on our journey to save the world. Is people just need to rest more, brother.
As Benjamin Franklin said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man young, wealthy, and wise.
Well, I've been doing that schedule for a long time, and I don't know if I have any of those attributes. That used to be the rules of life. You just wake up early, work hard.
Back in the 18th century.
You get ahead of the pack. Now you got to do the worm on TikTok or something, and that's how you get ahead. It's not about work ethic anymore.
That shit's so true. It's so true. But
it was sickening. Those kidfluencers.
Yeah.
Those people need to be locked up.
Like I said, and not to beat the dead horse, but it's true. When you see a kid do the fucking worm on TikTok and make fucking $3 million, every other kid that sees that thinks, here's my ticket.
Yeah, well, they're going to listen to their teacher that's getting paid $35,000 a year versus a guy on TikTok that just made $2 million from, a brand deal or something like.
Yeah, or Mr. Beast with fucking indentured servants trying to fucking force him to make a video.
Yeah, Mr. Beast put fucking giant shoes on his staff and made him run a marathon. That's people's dream job, though. That's a dream job for these. I mean, I would take. That's my dream job. I'll put on the giant shoes and do a marathon for Mr. Beast. Anything.
All you get to eat is Feastables.
Anything but punching the clock, dude. We'll see if this develops with the show too, and then we can wrap it up. But I'm gonna start applying to all these things. I'm gonna apply to be on Survivor, any of these game shows, or
are you really?
Beast Games. Yeah, dude, you should apply too. What if we got on Beast Games like season 4 or something?
How the hell do you apply to this?
I don't know. You gotta just look. I know the Survivor. I saw the Survivor one because we were watching the last season, and you just go to, it's like survivorcasting.com.
There's some of them, dude. Like I watched
in the island.
Yeah, I watched a fucking, what was it? It was one of his Mr. Beast newer episodes that I watched some of it. And it was like they were like suspended up in the air and they had to fucking live there for 30 days.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, dude, I was like, I would fucking easily, if I knew I would get whatever the amount of money was, you know what I mean? It was like stay awake and fucking watch a saw blade drop or something. Like dude, it would be so easy for me to do that. I felt like, because I was like, I know what's on the line.
Let's start doing videos like that. Let's see if you can go 3 days. I'll have you dangling up above your house.
Yeah, but the issue is,
how many views you get?
I'm gonna go 3 days dangling above my house, and we're gonna get fucking 15 views. I'm not gonna get $2 million for it.
Yeah,
that's the thing, dude. These people they have a giant sack of money sitting behind them, and they have no fucking like survival or like uncomfortable skills. I don't even know what you'd call it, but like just being uncomfortable. And it's like, dude, if they would just give me a shot, I'd walk away with $1 million.
You gotta give yourself a shot. You gotta give yourself a shot. You gotta apply.
I'm gonna start now too. I'm gonna do that with you. I'll fucking start shooting it out.
Then he'll build another chocolate factory, and you'll be in there eating. He'll be in there drinking from the chocolate river for a challenge.
I'll fucking apply to
Come
be the
home
Oompa
empty-handed.
Loompa in that motherfucker if it's worth $1 million.
Dude, that Beast Games thing was crazy though. Like people, he let people kind of make the rules. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some of the clips, and there was a moment where say there's like 150 grand left, and like 5 people were remaining, and they could go and like take. He's like, you could take as much as you want. You could leave it for the other people, and this one guy was like a total bastard. He took like almost all the money. Then this girl comes out and there's only like 20 grand left. And she thought she was, getting hundreds of thousands or millions. And he just lets it happen. There's no rules in the Beast Games.
Yeah, that type of shit. He does do that type of shit at the end where it's like the steal it or
people were cutthroat.
Split it. And then if both people steal it, you lose it all. So, I mean, that's tough. But if it was like one of those videos where it's like, live in this fucking insane asylum for 30 days,
Yeah,
I could do it. I know I could. Because I know the payoff. Like 1 month, dude. Think about all the shit that we've done for longer than a month for no payoff.
You go to Camp Buring for a month or go to the insane asylum.
Yeah. And if you succeed, you get $1 million. Like I would know the second I got in there, I'd be smiling ear to ear because I was like, when these 30 days are over, I'm getting a fucking $1 million. You know what I mean?
Day 22, you're sitting there crying, crawling towards the button to quit.
They couldn't break me, dude, because I know it'd end. You know what I mean? There's so many times I feel like in our lives we've been challenged with like stretches of time of shitty moments. You know what I mean? And there was no payoff. The only payoff was an energy drink or something fucking stupid or a case of beer.
A burrito.
Like, yeah, dude. This is like you're set for the rest of your life if you do it. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. I mean, somebody could put me through some bad shit for a month, and I think that it would suck. I'd probably hate it, but I feel like I'd have to do it.
I think it's so weird seeing how when people get chosen for these things too. Like he would do, like anything you can carry out of this Best Buy, like I'll pay for. And these people are like going around, and they're like, "Oh, I can barely hold this like TV," and I'm watching this, and I'm like, if I was chosen, I would not be fucking around. Like I would have everything perfectly stacked. I don't know. It's like they find the weirdest people for these things sometimes.
I think a lot of people that get picked for that shit are like somebody that'll be good for the camera. You know what I mean? It's got to be entertaining. It has to be somebody that.
Yeah,
I almost think, and I know
be some guy that just doesn't say a word, but he goes around and
like they're not gonna pick us to where we're like gonna be silent and fucking walk out with $100,000 worth of TVs in our arms. They're gonna pick someone that's gonna be like this eccentric person that's gonna make people want to watch it.
Yeah, because it's the smartest thing to do. I think would just be go straight to the computers and stack as many CPU boxes as you could, because that's probably the most expensive item for that size.
Graphics cards. You get a bunch of the fucking NVIDIA.
TV was so cheap. TV, you could buy this. You'd be carrying this 55-inch TV out of the store. They cost $200.
Yeah,
such a waste.
You get a bunch of graphics cards, dude. They're like fucking $1,000 a pop.
Yeah,
it's 50.
Yeah, that's why Mr. Beast will never pick us. We'd rob him blind. But no, it's a fun idea, isn't it? Like, I've always those shows like Survivor, and it's like, why not just put in? You got to submit like a video of yourself answering some questions or something. But like, why not? They might call you in a couple of years for a new season, and then, dude, I'd be out for blood in something like that, playing Survivor.
I'm gonna see you on the fucking next season of Naked and Afraid.
Yeah, my name just gets trickled down to those shows. Yeah, what do you win on Naked and Afraid? Like 10 grand? I feel like that's asking way more. We have all these cameras pointed at your ass. You go out there and sit on an anthill, and I don't even think you get like Survivor. You get $1 million, but Naked and Afraid. I wonder what the let's Google it real quick.
They go out there and sit on a handle. Yeah, you don't get a
Winner.
lot. You don't get a lot.
It says, "Do Naked and Afraid contestants get paid?" Look at him shooting a bow and arrow. I don't see anything about a payment.
No, I think it might just be more of. I thought it was.
You get some more followers on your Instagram.
Oh, dude, that's a lot. These reality shows sometimes it's more about the
Publicity.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
my
these-
God! Naked and Afraid contestants receive a 24,000 payout for a 40-day challenge.
40 days and they get 24,000? That doesn't
Yeah.
even. There's no way, dude. How are these people
They
signing up?
They also get round trip airfare and hotel accommodations before and after.
Oh, that's insane, dude.
Yeah, that's not enough for that.
I mean, I was joking around that it had to be like a smaller prize pool, but that can't even be. I feel like they can't even be right. Who are these people volunteering?
And
Yeah,
some
I
of
might-
it, so that was Naked and Afraid XL. Another thing says they get a weekly stipend to compensate for lost wages. And somebody was saying weekly $5,000. Now that, all right, I'd do it for that. $5,000 a week. I mean,
$5,000.
maybe. I don't know, dude. Like,
Run
it's
around
still not
naked.
a whole bunch, but it's like,
You have
to
to have
get
an ally in that show too. You have another naked person with you.
oh, that is true. Yeah. You put with a random.
Reaching over at night, trying to get warm.
All right. Well, on that note, let's,
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to apply for that one, but
dude, I
maybe
hope
I
you
wanna-
get it. I'm going to start doing it too. Fuck it. Why not?
you see me on Naked and Afraid with a bow and arrow.
He took it. He took the bait.
That's insane, dude. 40 days. The thing with Survivor's like 25 or something. It's a little under a month.
Narrator's like, Dave could not build a quiver, so he keeps 4 arrows in his ass cheeks at all times. The hunting game.
Yeah, dude. I feel like if you were out there, that's just your one chance to like entertain America. You know, just do a bunch of funny stuff.
You got to be super eccentric and just, yeah, exactly. That's your opportunity. You're on reality TV. Just be bigger than life so people want to see more of you.
And by the way, follow my podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You
our
just
only
went through
chance.
the woods butt ass naked.
It's our only chance to get our name out there. One of us needs to be naked and afraid.
So I woke up this morning.
Walking around the neighborhood. All right, brother. We should
Yeah,
We
let's
should
wrap
end
it up.
end it here. We've got a lot of big ideas for the future. And I've got to apply to some game shows. And then
All right, man.
next week we'll reconvene and we'll discuss any of the results. If anyone reached out to us.
Yep. Nick and Dave are back. We are now Nick and Dave Save the World. Getting back
Consider
into
it
the
saved.
routine. We yeah, consider it saved. We took a break for the holidays. As should everybody, but we're back in full swing. We're doing a little gaming show
We're
as
back.
well. Get involved in that. Gains and Games. First episode dropping. Got Uncut Never Filtered. Take a peep at that and give us some comments. Talk to us. You want to get featured on the show, give us a shout out. Sometimes we'll have guests, sometimes we won't. Most of you probably aren't listening at this point, but appreciate y'all.
Good night.